Trump's focus on acquiring Greenland and military expansionism is alienating traditional partners. Mark Carney, Canada's Prime Minister, emphasizes Greenland's right to self-determination and Denmark's sovereignty, stating that Canada, as a NATO partner with Denmark, will uphold its Article 5 obligations if the US were to invade Greenland. This suggests a potential military conflict. Guys, we're heading into a complete disaster. Before I move on, just to remind you, if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, like this video, share this video.
The world is changing. Our adversaries are increasingly emboldened. International institutions and norms that have kept Canada secure are now being called into question. And the United States priorities, our ally, our United States priorities, once closely aligned with our own, are beginning to shift. But as we take action to build a better future together, we must invest in Canada's north to defend our sovereignty. We're committing nearly $420 million to protect that sovereignty with forces across land, air, and sea, with greater sustained and year-round presence here in the Arctic. Our government will be working with our long-standing defense and security partner, Australia, to build a new long-range, over-the-horizon military radar system. This is an investment of more than $6 billion in the most advanced and efficient radar system. It will, most fundamentally, keep all Canadians safe. Canadians in these difficult times want solutions, not slogans. Canadians want a government that will fight for them, and our government will always do that. Canada is and will forever be an Arctic nation, and Canada is strong, united, and sovereign.
Only 17% of US adults approve of acquiring Greenland, and a mere 4% support military force, indicating overwhelming 96% they are opposing such an action, military action.
I had discussions with President Xi about the situation in Greenland, about our sovereignty in the Arctic, about the sovereignty of the people of Greenland and the people of Denmark, and I found much alignment of views in that regard.
Democratic Senator John Fetterman, despite his party affiliation, does not consider the idea of the U.S. acquiring Greenland as absurd due to its strategic importance and geographical proximity to North America, though he opposes military intervention. The Daily Beast, they have reported that Trump is fixated on Canada's perceived northern border, its vulnerabilities, fearing exploitation by Russia and China. This has led to discussion with Canadian officials about enhanced Arctic security, including expanded U.S. maritime patrols and additional icebreakers in Canadian territory. What is going on? I have absolutely no idea. I'm losing my mind. Like, are we going to be seeing a war between Canada and the States very, very soon? Unbelievable.
We're living in an increasingly dangerous and divided world. The international order, built after the Second World War and reshaped following the Cold War, is under pressure. Russia is emboldened. China is more assertive. The long-held view that Canada's geographic location will protect us is becoming archaic. Our Arctic waters are increasingly open, and there have been rapid advances in cyber, artificial intelligence, quantum, and advanced missile capabilities. Climate change is making our country more vulnerable. The Arctic's melting. Our wildfires and floods are more frequent and devastating. And these are all threats to which the Canadian Armed Forces responds. The Canadian Forces keep our people and communities safe through major disasters. I'll give examples. This summer, Canadian Forces have helped communities in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, soon Newfoundland, and Labrador, including already by safely evacuating over 6,000 Canadians. This week alone, Canadian Forces members, originally from CFB Trenton, airdropped life-saving humanitarian aid into Gaza. Canadian Armed Forces are standing guard in Latvia and continue to deploy around the world to stand with our allies in defense of peace and security. When a crisis breaks, or Canada's safety is threatened anywhere in the world, this space is the first to spring into action.
Officials state that Canada needs to up their game in Arctic capabilities, deeming the status quo not enough, quote unquote, status quo not enough. Trump's actions are driven by paranoia, not genuine security needs, as the US military is already strong. I do not think they will have to worry about China, Russia coming to Greenland, taking over Greenland. Trump is creating problems where none exist. Maybe the best way, even though I do not support this war against Russia by Ukraine, but if he does really want to check Russia, then maybe he should send more weapons to Ukraine and have them bomb Russia. Now, Mark Carney Canadian Prime Minister explains that due to the distant and uncertain, quote-unquote, distant and uncertain relationship with the U.S., Canada's new government will strategically and pragmatically recalibrate its relationship with China. Every neighboring country and US's great allies, close allies, they're turning their back on United States. This move by Canada is driven by its significant economic benefit that Canada is getting from China, including whopping 20 billion in annual wages from existing trade and the need to reduce over-reliance on the U.S. Trump's policies, this whole tariff thing, military threat, soaring debt, all of these are jeopardizing the U.S. dollar's status as the world's reserve currency. Don't make any mistake about that. People are not only turning away from U.S., and when they do, they're also turning away from U.S.'s dollar and its dominance, which currently allows the U.S. to, quote-unquote, live beyond our means. Losing this status means the dollar hegemony would lead to economic collapse and chaos, making the U.S. weaker, not safer. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Subscribe again. See you in the next one.